So, the two pillars in esoteric practices and the High Priestess tarot card. So, the two pillars are a profound symbol in esoteric traditions. We see it in the Kabbalah, Freemasonry, alchemy, and even in some of the tarot, including the High Priestess card. And in the High Priestess card, these pillars are usually black and white, often labeled B or J, otherwise known as Boaz or Jachin. I'm sorry for butchering it, but you know what I mean. And I wanted to talk about the significance of these two pillars because it's a lot more deeper information, and the tarot is very intentional in that way. There's always something hidden, some kind of esoteric knowledge hidden in the tarot card. So the first thing I want to mention is duality and balance. The black and white, the yin and yang. The two pillars represent the eternal duality in the universe. Why? Because the whole entire universe, as we know it, is made up of dark and light energy. Masculine, feminine, passive, active, known, unknown, etc. And it's basically a gateway between the conscious world and the mysteries of the universe and the cosmos as we know it and beyond. It's also a gateway to hidden knowledge. So they stand at the threshold to the subconscious and the spiritual world and the mysteries that the High Priestess guards. So passing between them symbolizes entering a realm of intuition and wisdom and truths. And even if you look up the High Priestess tarot card and you look up the meanings online, that card is basically a symbol of intuition. It's a very intuitive card. And the card represents, like I said, intuition, inner wisdom, and the subconscious. And she symbolizes looking inward for answers and trusting your gut feelings and listening to your inner voice, especially as a High Priestess. If you're a priestess yourself or a witch, you have to learn how to trust your gut and trust your inner guides and listen to your inner voice. The card also points to hidden knowledge, secrets, and the spiritual realms beyond what is visible. So Boaz, B, which is the left pillar, is associated with strength, severity, and the passive feminine principle. And it often represents the night, mysteries, and introspection. Jachin, J, which is the right pillar, is linked to establishment, mercy, and the active masculine principle. Along with Boaz is feminine. It symbolizes the daylight, manifestation, and consciousness. Esoterically speaking, they invite the seeker to balance opposing forces within themselves because it's B and J facing each other or opposing each other, light and dark. And to also transcend or transmute duality by embracing the mysteries that both bring. And the High Priestess seated between them, so she's seated in the middle, teaches that true knowledge, true answers comes from within and inner stillness and the union of opposites. And so in magic, the pillars represent the forces of the universe that a magician or a priestess or whatever you're into, whatever you classify yourself as, must understand and balance to manifest will. So they frame the magical space and the doorway through which one passes to access higher wisdom. So this is where red magic comes in. I'm going to tell you. The red magic is the High Priestess. She's in between these both opposing forces. Red, black, and white magic. For example, if you guys seen Twin Peaks, the symbolism in Twin Peaks by David Lynch, there's the Black Lodge, there's the White Lodge, but the characters both have to meet in the red room, no matter what. And you notice too, in this room, there are red curtains, black and white checkered floors, which is also seen in alchemy and Freemasonry. Again, duality. Time doesn't behave normally there, too, because time doesn't exist, and time doesn't exist in those realms. So it's not really a place in the physical sense. It's a spiritual space. And everyone who crosses into the lodge, whether it's through white or black, must also pass through here. They also must meet at the red room, regardless of how or where they entered. So the black lodge and the white lodge, the black lodge and the white pillars, duality. The white lodge is higher consciousness, purity, light energy, etc. The black lodge, fear, black magic, fast-moving, dark energy, lower level planes. The red room is blood, life force, and known as sacrificial magic, and exists in between. So the high priestess is in that space in between. She is red magic. But no one goes directly to either. You have to meet at the red room. So the Black Lodge rule in Twin Peaks says if you confront the Black Lodge with imperfect courage, it will annihilate your soul. If you integrate the shadow, black, you get transformation. But if you reject it, you get possession or fragmentation. And whatever you resist will persist.